changes. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming today. Today is Tuesday, the 12th day of November 2024. Doing this in conjunction with Online Trader Central, and all the people that they have following them, they get to come and watch this little thing right here. Before I get too far into it, let me tell you, there's a free trial, and to take the free trial, you just need to go here to tvtrades.com/OTC, tvtrades.com/OTC. All right, there's several places on this page where you can just click a button, and it's going to bring you down here to the bottom. Down here at the bottom, it's $25 a week after the free 3-day trial. There's 3 days for free, and it's $25 a week after that, or $90 a month. That's 10% less than that, or $9.97 a year if you want to do the annual. That's 20%. That's more than 20% less than the weekly. That's the cost. I just wanted to get that out of the way right at the beginning because it's it's really inexpensive, and I didn't want anybody to think that that you had to worry about expensive anything. Let me just refresh this page for a second here, because this right here is what I wanted to look at. This is something that I wanted to point out. The main thing I want to show you today, well, one of the main things I want to show you today, is that you don't need to actually have charts. You see this right here is a trade table, and that is actually on a hidden page. It's going to be on a hidden page anyway. You can see it right now, but it's going to be on a hidden page. It's going to be here on this trade table page, which you can see requires a password to get into. And that page looks like this. And this updates automatically with all the trades as they trigger: the SPY, the QQQ, the Tesla, the NQ, Microsoft. Now I have a few of them that I have in there that'll be triggering, and they trigger frequently. Now, as you can see, this is just stuff that's triggered today, starting right here. Started right here with this Micron sell this morning. I didn't even look at the Micron sell. I'll go look at that in a minute. But you had a Micron sell, BABA, and then you had Tesla and Microsoft and all these other ones that triggered this morning. And you can see the information that it actually gives you. It gives you the current price, the target price, and a stop for each thing. I also have in here, well, first, before I get too far into this, let me say again, thanks for coming. How many of you guys are interested in trading options? Are you just interested in trading futures, just interested in trading stocks, or are you interested in trading options? How many of you guys are interested in not having charts? Anybody? Because this whole thing that this whole direction that I'm moving in right here is for people that don't want to have charts, so you're not bound to one charting platform. If you have your own charts, that's great. You can still get the signals that are generated from the system without having any charts at all, or without having the TradingView charts, because this is all generated from my stuff on TradingView. However, if you do sign up and you do have TradingView charts, then you can get all this stuff set up and sent to you however you want it sent to you. Now, there's a couple of different ways that I do this, right? When you sign up, you go in here, you go to the tvtrades.com/OTC trial. Just tvtrades.com/OTC. That's all you have to do. Online Trader Central, tvtrades.com/OTC. Click on any one of these things, and it's going to bring you down to the bottom, and sign up down here. Now, when you do that, that's going to bring you to another page where it just asks you to fill out some stuff. I guess we'll just go there, right? Just asks you to fill this stuff out right here. It asks for you for a TradingView login ID. If you don't have one, don't worry about it. You don't have to fill either one of those in, really. But once you get through that, it's going to bring you to another page that again suggests that you give us your TradingView login ID. You don't need to do that if you don't have one. Just write no charts in there. There is some fresh text in there that directs you to write no charts in there if you don't have charts. Okay? Because you don't need charts. You don't need to have charts. You just need to have a brokerage account that you can place your trades in, whether they're stocks, if you want to trade stocks or ETFs, or if you want to trade options. We have in here the SPY right here and the QQQ. They both just gave buys a little while ago. At 1:30 today, they both just gave buys. And those are right here, right? The SPY, oops, hang on, click this. The SPY buy was triggered right here. Just a little while ago it triggered right here, and it sent, which alert was that? Oh, it was up here. It's all the way up at the top. But it popped out an alert here on the chart. It popped it out like that one that just popped up over there. It sent one to my phone because I have TradingView on my phone. Now it also sent it to a Telegram channel. What you get now is a private access to a private Telegram channel, and this is what the Telegram channel looks like. All right. So you get access to this, and it'll pop it in here. Now you can have this if you have Telegram. If you don't have TradingView, if you don't have charts altogether, you can have Telegram on your phone. Whatever kind of phone you have, you can have Telegram on your phone, and you can have notifications set on your Telegram app on your phone to let you know when a trade comes in. So when a trade comes in, you can just look at it and say if it's something that you're interested in, like the Tesla, the SPY, the QQQ, or any of these other ones came in. Microsoft, the NQ is a bunch of NQ ones. And this is where it started this morning, I think, with the BABA this morning. But any of these alerts that come in, you can just go and check out on, however you do it, however you look at your own charts, or however you look at your own, your own trades. You can get in there and do all that stuff if you want to. It goes right to the Telegram channel. Excuse me. So, I wanted to make this more about you understanding how all that stuff works than going into about how all this stuff works. Though this stuff is really, really simple. I have this, this is a layout that I just created today that just has options on it. And I only created 5 different things. If you look at the first one here, it was Tesla. And if you go back to the beginning of the day, here I'll just do this alt and back. I'll go back to the beginning of the day. And you will see at the beginning of the day, right there, at the beginning of the day, this is where the first alert came up. All right, on Tesla, I believe it was right here at 9:34. You can see right here the alert actually says in here, it says current price 337.88, target 338.94 with a stop at 337.34. So basically it's telling you, expect price to get to this right here at least. Now that that is just an initial target. If you were doing like 0 DTE options, or you're doing any kind of options really, I mean the options, the nearest option on Tesla is the 15th, so it's not even 0 DTE. But if you're doing any kind of option, for Tesla, for instance, this morning when that happened, it was it was right here when that triggered, right here. The Tesla, the Tesla 332.5 calls at that point were at 1952, and then about 10 minutes later, they were up here at, I'm sorry, they were here. I'm sorry, they were, I'm trying to get to, there it is, there, okay, they were at 1440, and then about 10 minutes later, they were at 1922, I think, maybe even a little higher than that. Yeah, 1922, so they were at 1440 to 1922, and that's like 10 minutes. And I mean, I know it went down quite a bit since then, but you had other calls down here. I only have the long set for Tesla. Actually, for all the stocks, I only have the long set, because most people not going to be shorting stocks. But I was thinking, and I can create a bull Telegram channel and a bear Telegram channel, so I can have, if you guys are interested in buying puts and calls, I can have one that gives you just calls and one that gives you just puts at different times during the day. All of that will be stuff, that's all things done, just ideas that I have going through my head, but that would be pretty simple to put together. And once you get in, once you're part of it, you're part of it. Hey Joseph, did you have a question? If anybody has a question, all you have to do is type it into the question box. Okay, the only people who can see your questions are, well, the only person who can see your question is me. So if you have any questions, just type it in. Okay. So again, I'm talking about options right here based upon the signals that are generated from here. This was the signal that was generated first thing this morning, right here. And the option went from here, well, in 10 minutes. It went from here from 14 bucks to 19 bucks. So it went up $5 in 10 minutes. And if you were to get out a handy dandy calculator, let me just get one here. So it went from 14 bucks to 19 bucks. So it's basically 5 divided by 14. It was a 35% gain in 10 minutes on that one option. If you want to trade options, that's one of the things that I want to show you. Can this work on other futures like gold? Yes, it works great on all of that stuff, Scott. I'll show you that. Let me show you that. All right. I want to make sure I answer everybody's questions, but let me just explain the gold. And I think I had gone out to 5, about to 6 here. And on this one, we'll make this one GC, we'll call it. You want to look at just gold? Look at the leading contract. All right, and this is on a 50 range. You don't have to do it on a 50 range, but this is what it looks like on a 50 range. Now, yeah, I can set this up so you can do whatever you want, Joseph. That's what I was thinking. I'll set up a bull room and a bear room, and and if it's at the position like right now, I don't have it set. See, the TV trades right now by default, it only shows the longs. You can put the shorts on too, and it'll show you the shorts as well. All right, and you can actually put it. There's a bunch of different ways you can use it. You can do enable a bias level, so there'll be times where you have it flip back and forth really quick. It'll stick with the long-term trend when it does that. Okay, but this is what it looks like with the shorts. And Scott, Forex, yeah, you can use it with Forex too. And this is what it looks like right here with gold. Now, you just asked me to show you gold. This is just random right here on gold, but each one of these bars is 50 ticks on gold. That's a pretty big range bar for gold. But you can do it on smaller time frames as well. You know, in the room in the morning, when I trade in the room in the morning, gold and crude oil I do on a 9 range bar. Just makes it easy to, because I scalp, and it just makes it easy to get the orders in the right place. But I do it like this on a 9 range bar in the room in the morning. Okay, and it's really simple and straightforward. And you can see right here, I mean, this is just showing, because I have the bias on, it's only showing you the shorts right here. If I shut the bias off, it would pop some longs on in there too, I think, right? Yeah, if I shut the bias off, you probably see some longs show up in here. See what I mean? The bias kind of keeps you from getting this back and forth business like this. Keeps you in one direction. Okay. And that's just putting the TV trades on. That's not putting any of the other stuff on. This is just the original TV trades with nothing special. There are a ton of other things that you can add to that. But if you are a guy that likes to trade a lot, then once you get this in place like this, you get one of these in place like this. So you have your direction, you have the blue background. Pretty much anytime you come out of the oversold with a blue background, as long as you keep continuing the trend, that's going to be a pretty good trade. Okay, and that works in both directions, and that works with everything. It's not just all you have to do, Scott, if you have TradingView charts, all you have to do is give me your TradingView login ID. This thing up here, like for me it's TV Trades. I'm logged in as TV Trades. All you have to do is give me a TradingView login ID, and I'll enable it for you, and you'll have it right in here in invite only. You just have to come in here. See, this is nothing to put on the chart. Like, this is what it looks like without anything on the chart. And then when I enable it for you, you just go like that, and TV Trades, click it one time, and it's going to come on the chart just like that. If you want to see the shorts on there, put the shorts on there like that. You just click it one time. That's all you have to do. Okay, nothing is complicated about this. Nothing is complicated. I'm trying to make this, I mean, I've made it so easy that you don't even need the charts. You know, you can nothing is complicated about this. Just apply the thing to the chart and follow what it says. And this is on a 9 range, so every bar is 9 ticks high. I use range bars all the time, just so you know it. Hang on. I've been talking all day. Those of you guys who do know me, you know that I use range bars all the time, and the reason I use range bars all the time is because you can be proactive. Here's a new one right here in QTVT sell. It gives you the entry, current price 21,175, a target 21,054, and a stop. Okay, so that is on. Does it say? It should say what time frame it's on too. Okay, that's an older one if it doesn't say the time frame. And that should be right up here at the very top, right here. Okay, this is it. So what that just suggested was this right here. It said to sell right here. It's got a stop. The stop should be up here, I believe. And the target, wherever it said the target was, I don't remember where it said the target was. 1054. 1054. The target's down here. Nope, down here. Nope. Down here. This is where the target is. Down here. Alright, that's what it's looking at. It's looking all the way down there for the target for you. So, I mean, that just triggered right now. And your risk on this, your stop, is only going to be like right up here. Okay, for a gain that big, your stop's only going to be right here, I think. Isn't that what it said? The stop is 188 and a half. 188 and a half. So the stop is right here. So it's good stuff, you know, and it's been working great for many people for a long time. This right here, not everyone works, as you can see, but that is why before I had the bias on. So it's going to get rid of some of the trades, like those long trades right there, because what that suggests, it keeps you in one direction rather than trading over and over again. The way the bias works in here, this is set to a 233. So what that means is anything above the 233 simple moving average. Let me put that on. Moving average simple. And you don't have to put any of this on. It does all this for you. All you have to do is check the box. But it's saying it's only going to have long trades above that. It's only going to have short trades below it. All right. Now usually the 233 is not usually flat like that was right there. It's usually spread out quite a bit more. But let me crunch it up some. See, it's usually got some slope to it. It's not usually flattened out like it is right there. But but that will keep you on one side of the market. Okay. Now, excuse me. Let me go back to where I was. I just wanted to answer all the questions. I want to make sure I get all the questions answered. So what I was going back to, I started out over here with just Tesla at the beginning, right? And this was the original trade of the morning for Tesla. And that was back at 9:30, right? 9:30, I believe. Where's the BABA one? It was right after the BABA. Here it was. Microsoft and then Tesla. So you had a long trade right here on Tesla, and it said to look for it to move up. And it did move up. And at the time, if you look up here, Tesla at the time, now I already went through this stuff. It made a 35% gain in like 10 minutes. And, you know, if you like to trade options, then you can look at this on this smaller time frame, or you can look at it on a much larger time frame if you want to. Now, the alerts that I have going off, they're based on a 50 range bar most of the time. A 50 range bar, this right here, that means every bar is 50 cents. Every bar is 50 cents high. You know, you can make that a much larger thing if you want, like double it, make every bar $1, and you're gonna have the same type of signals, right? You get the same type of signals. Getting great opportunities. It's just every bar is $1 now instead of 50 cents. And you can do that with everything. Everything. You know, if you like to trade larger time frames, you can trade larger time frames. If you like to trade smaller time frames, trade smaller time frames. You can do it with anything that you want. So this is the way that the tool works. You know, the first thing up was actually Microsoft. Microsoft came out before Tesla this morning. And Microsoft is on the second one here. This is Microsoft. So this was the signal this morning on Microsoft right at the open. Now again, if you're an option trader and you got an opportunity like that right at the open, the Microsoft calls are right here. So it was right at the open today, right here. The calls are at $3.80, and right now they're at $5.47. So, we'll get out the calculator again and do the math on that. 547 minus 3.8 equals that divided by 3.8. They're up 43% today. Those calls are. If you would have started that this morning. And it's not uncommon. I mean, it's actually very common. It's very common for that to happen over and over again during the day. Like Tesla's given several calls today, several opportunities to get in there and trade it if you wanted to. The QQQ, for those of you guys that like the QQQ, it was really bearish all day. It didn't give a signal until right down here, right? And the signal right down here, the the option was priced at the time right here. The option was priced at 11 cents, 10 cents, I guess, 10 cents. And it's had a high. Well, the high was actually over 20 cents in here. One of these was over 20 cents. There it was. The high was 20 something cents, right? Now 21, 22 cents. So this one went up 100%, and that right there was the one that triggered at 130. That was the QQQ, right? I think that's the third one out. Yeah, the QQQ. That triggered right here at 130 today. The SPY did even better. The SPY was the next one. If we go one more out, you'll see the SPY was right here, and that triggered the same time as the QQQ, just about triggered right there. And if you look at the SPY options, right in here, when they triggered, they were down here at 15.8 cents, right here at 130. Yeah, let's say 17 cents, and they ran all the way up to $1.38 in that time. So let's do that math. It's 1.38 minus 0.17 equals that, divided by 0.17 equals that. 700%, something like that. It's gone up since then. 711%. And that happens all the time. I know this says minus 52%, but that's because it was someone from the start right over here. But that happens all the time. It went from 17 cents, or whatever it was. Yeah, 17 cents down here, all the way up to $1.13. It happens all the time, and you get the signals right here. And you can get them, like I said, you can get them here. They're sent to this private room right here. That one was, let's see, that was the Baba. No, it wasn't the Baba. Are we on what page? I would need to go to page 1. Here we go. These two right here were those signals right there. Right, and they were at the end of the day. Well, I don't think this page has been refreshed. It doesn't have the most recent signals, but if I refresh it, we'll see the most recent signals. Here they are. There was the Tesla one that just came up just a few minutes ago. Then that one and that one. Those are the most recent signals that have been triggered. And they are also over here in the Telegram channel. Okay, so the NQ had a sell just a few minutes ago. At 318, the NQ had a sell, and this was the Tesla buy right here a few minutes ago at 305. So you will get access to these private channels, the private channel and the private page, so you don't even have to have charts. Okay, but if you do have charts, then that's great. You get access to that, and you get access to the software. Now I'm just showing you, I'm just scratching the surface with this stuff right here. There are so many different things that you can do, but I wanted to keep this kind of limited because I don't want to overwhelm you with all the other things that you can do. Does anybody have any questions? I mean, to set this up, Scott, you had asked earlier, and it's really, really simple. You just have to go to whatever time frame you want to trade on. Like a lot of people, most people don't know about range bars. And let me tell you the advantage of trading with range bars. All right, let me show you the advantage of trading with range bars. Let me open up another charting platform here really quick. And I'll show you. It'd be easier to show you on another charting platform. But the advantage of range bars is you know how big every bar is going to be ahead of time, right? And because you know that ahead of time, you can be proactive. You can put your orders on ahead of time. And with the signals that we have, you also can get notified ahead of time that a signal is likely to show up. All right, that is another feature that we have. You can, I'll show you in a minute once this loads up. Hang on, let me come over here and sign in. All right, it should be signing in a second, and it's going to just give me a chart. There it is. Okay, so one of the features is the alerts that you have available to you. And in here, if you choose the TV trades range trigger, you can set things up down there for the TV trades range trigger. But if you add the TV trades up here, I don't even have the TV trades on. If you put the TV trades on like that, the alerts that are available to you with the TV trades, you have the long and the short potential. You can get notified before this comes out of the overbought or oversold. When it goes into the overbought or oversold, it's going to let you know that you have a long or short potential for the next bar. The mid-trend trade by advance notice, that is going to let you know before a mid-trend trade comes up. I haven't showed you any of that. I haven't shown you any of that. On the buy alert and the mid-trend trade buy alert, will trigger an alert when you actually have one. Same thing with the sells and the advance notice. That is going to let you know a bar ahead of time. Most of the time, it's going to let you know a bar ahead of time, at least one bar ahead of time, most of the time, before you actually get an alert. So before this came up, if you had it set, you would have been notified right here on this bar. You would have been notified by that bar that you're going to have a trade coming up. All right. Whenever there's like a red bar on a black background, on a blue background, it's going to send you an alert and say, you know, there's a trade coming up. Whenever there's a blue bar on a red background like that, it's going to say prepare for a trade. It's going to be a long trade coming up. Okay. You can set all that stuff up. That's all stuff that you can do right through here. And you know, I have all kinds of videos showing you how to do that. If you go here to this one, targetviewtrades.com, go there and you can do that. This video, by the way, will be at targetviewtrades.com. It'll be up here in upcoming and past webinars. It'll be right in here. This one is tomorrow's webinar, but this one here that I'm doing right now will be posted right in here. Okay, you'll be able to watch this later if you want to, and you'll be sent an email automatically about it too. But that's where there's a whole bunch of videos in here. If you go to TV trades and settings, there's all these things here, how to set things up on your chart. Okay, if you want to learn how to set things up on your chart, and, I mean, you could always ask me, send me an email, and I'll help you out too. But the tvtrades.com, tv-trades.com/OTC is where you sign up for the trial for this. All right, just go there. You can sign up on any one of these things to get the trial for it. And right now, you'll get access. You know, everybody that signs up is going to get access to the table, and the table is on the trade table page, this private page. You're going to get access to the table that looks like this, and you're also going to get access to the Telegram channel that looks like this. All right, and now this has got a whole bunch of alerts that have triggered from today. I guess the alerts that started today started right here, I think. I mean, they started in the wee hours of the morning, I guess. 2 a.m. right there. Those are the first ones. And so you can go back and check all that out if you want to. Okay. Let's see. The other things that I want to cover, well, the QQQ and the SPY, you know, these are things that just triggered right now. And if we were to go and look at them in here, the QQQ, I told you that's gone up 700% from the time we had the trigger today, this afternoon. Or was it the SPY that went up 7? Yeah, it was the SPY that went up 700%. The QQQ just went up like 50% or something like that, didn't it? It went from 11. Oh, the QQQ just went up 100%. The SPY went up about 700%. And the Tesla was about 50%, I think. And the Microsoft, that was a good chunk. I don't remember exactly what the Microsoft one was. But this happens all the time. It happens every day. You know, if you go back, one of our guys who's actually already a TV trades guy, he's been watching these come into this channel, and he was asking me if that's part of the part of what he signed up for, and yes, it is. If you sign up for any of TV trades right now, you get all the TV trades right now. Okay, and for those of you guys that are getting in a little bit late, to sign up for TV trades, you go to right here. You go to tvtrades.com/OTC, Online Trade Essential, tvtrades.com/OTC, and click on any one of these things. It's going to be down to the bottom. There's a 3-day free trial of it all. All right, and you do not need to have charts to take the trial. All right, if you don't have charts and you just want to get the signals, then sign up for the trial. And one of the last things that you're going to see when you do that is, let me see if I can bring it up over here on another screen. One of the last things you're going to see if you do that is this page right here. Okay, where it says, if you're using no charts features, then right down here at the bottom, give me your name, your email, and just right here where it says TradingView login, type no charts right there. Okay, you don't have to have a charting platform. If you have an email, I can send you the access to those 2 private places. Okay, and then you'll be able to get right in there and watch the alerts there if you want to. Okay. And when the trial is over, it's $25 a week if you want to do it, or $90 a month if you want to do monthly. The monthly is 10% cheaper than the weekly, or the annual. The annual is over 20% cheaper than the weekly. All right. Does anybody have any questions at this point? Because there's a bunch of things that I can show you, but if you go through here, you'll see in here that there are no indicators needed, really. You don't need to have any indicators. But one of the things that I was just pointing out to you a few minutes ago was, if you have the TV trades range trigger down here at the bottom, and you get something like this, right? There's another thing called the mid-trend trade that will get you in. It'll trigger trades in the middle. There we are. It'll trigger trades in the middle, like that. But if you want to be, if you don't want to wait for the mid-trend trade to trigger it for you, you can just look for the TV trades trigger to pull out of the oversold when you're in the blue. Pull out of the oversold when you're in the blue. If you're coming off a higher swing, then it should continue the trend. All right. Or if you're in the red, when it pulls out of the overbought, if you're in the red. Okay. Once you've already gotten a signal, that said, look for it to move up, then that is it. Kent, the question was, you're buying or selling puts and calls, not a complex strategy. No complex strategy at all. No, with this, you can do, there's a ton of complex strategies that you can do to make it so that you have actually no cost at the beginning. And it seems like that you're not taking any risk by doing that. You sell a whole bunch out of the money so you can buy something at the money. And you can do that if you want to, but I'm not getting into that. There's a ton of things that you can do with options, but I'm not getting into that. I'm just going to tell you, if you had the opportunity to buy an option at a great price every day, without even getting into, offsetting the cost of buying it, without even getting into that, you can still make money just by doing it that way. And then you could offset the cost of it and double your money. But I'm not getting into all that. That's a whole other, that'd take like a week to do that webinar. But so Kent, I'm just talking about buying. I'm not even talking about selling. I'm talking about buying calls, buying puts. I'm not talking about selling calls or selling puts. And what I'm showing you right here is only the bullish stuff. I'm only showing the bullish stuff for the SPY and for the stocks. The NQ, I have stuff going in both directions as far as the alerts go. The NQ I have going in both directions, but the stocks, I'm only showing you the bullish stuff because most people they're not looking to sell stocks. They're not looking to go short stocks. It's not like trading futures where, it's easy to short futures and you don't have to have, you don't have to worry about day trading patterns and all that kind of stuff. With options, you don't have to worry about that either. You can buy and sell options as much as you want. That's why I'm kind of focusing on that right now, because there's so much opportunity with what I have right here, with what I've created, that you guys can get in there and you can easily make 25% is easy to make every day. And if you could easily make 25% a day and you can compound on that, then it's up to you how much money you want to make. But and that's with these tools. It's you get great entries like this one right here, and I just showed you, of these 4 things from the entries that triggered over here today, every one of those gave at least a 25% gain. And one of them gave 700%, one of them gave 100%, one of them gave 50%. And this is a Tesla TVT buy right now. It's saying buy Tesla at 328.24 with a target of 328.56. Now that's a pretty small target right there, and a stop of 328.7. What that's looking at, let me show you what it's looking at. Okay, let's go back. I think Tesla was the first one. Yeah, what it's looking at down here when it gives that signal. This is on 100 range. It's on a 50 range. Sorry, it's looking at this level right here. It's looking back here to this level. That's why it's saying that target is so close. I would put the target up here at this level. Is where I put the target at 330. But the automated part is just looking at the most recent swing high. Is what it's looking at. Okay. You couldn't get into the page not found using the OTC. Don't do the trial. Just do tvtrades.com/OTC. Don't do the trial part of it. That's what happens when you click the button. Oops, just do this. tvtrades.com/OTC. And it should bring this up. Okay. What does this system use to be so reliable? Math. Lots and lots of math. That's all. It's constantly looking at the markets and doing analysis of the markets and the way the price is moving. It's all price action, Joseph. And it's a bunch of stuff that I created that just looks at the way the price is moving. Right? And this is, the stuff that I'm showing you here is not anything that's new. It's new the way I'm showing it to you, but it's not stuff that's new. Not for me. I mean, any of you guys, some of you guys do know me. Some of you guys have been following me for years, and I've been doing this stuff for a very long time. I'm just trying to create something that's even easier than what I do in the morning, so I don't have to be in a room with you showing you how to do it. Like I've got it to the point now where you don't even have to have the charts, but if you choose to have the charts, all you have to do is just like one mouse click to put the indicator on. Like right here, the indicator is off. Right here, the indicator is on. It's one mouse click. And setting up the alerts, there's a little more to it. When you set up the alerts, you go into the alert and choose in here that you want to do the TV trades and choose which one you want to do. Like if you want to do a buy advance notice, you do that. You got to do once per bar close. It says buy soon, but in here you can type in what the symbol is if you want to. You can type in the symbol and what the time frame is if you want to. And then in notifications, the webhook, this webhook is actually this prints it to a Google sheet for me. You wouldn't use a webhook, but you could have it send yourself an email, have a pop-up over here on your screen. If you have the app on your phone, the Trading View app on your phone, you can have it give notifications. All right, you can have it play a sound if you want to. The webhook thing though, if you have like one of these right here, the webhook on this actually is the thing that sends it to the Telegram channel. You see that Tesla alert that just popped a minute ago? It's up $1 right now. The OTC is not working for you either? Well, that doesn't seem right. On what browser are you using, Chuck? How about just try? Well, type in what you're actually typing in. Show me the thing that you're typing in for the URL. But what exactly are you typing in? I mean, you can go here to Target View Trades as well, but that's targetviewtrades.otc. I think that's another way you can get to it. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's right. Do this. Yeah, it's TV Trades, not Target View Trades. Go here. This right here, tv-trades.com/OTC. tv-trades.com/OTC. Do that one. Okay, that's this one right here. The Target View Trades OTC page. I haven't updated that one in a while. That one should still work though, but I'm not sure. I haven't updated it in a while since I created this new page for it in here, and this is just an easier page to look at and scroll through. And I actually created it with WordPress instead of using the other GoDaddy thing. But did that work out for you? Can it do scanning for the best trades and entries and exits and trade all good instruments at the same time on its own? What it does, the way that I set it up, Joseph, the question is, can it do scanning for the best trades and entries and exits on good instruments at the same time on its own? It does do that. What it does is it takes the software that I've created, the TV trade software that I've created, and on the time frame that I choose, which is a 50 range time frame, it'll alert you anytime that one pops up. And I can do up to 400 different symbols at once. So yeah, I can do it for a whole bunch, but it's going to be triggering a whole bunch of alerts, you know. So yes, it can do that, but the number of symbols that I have triggering off it's not a ton, because it's going to fill up this it's going to fill up this table. Right now there's 5 pages of stuff in this table, but I deleted like 50 lines today that were older. The stuff from like the 8th, before the 8th, I deleted that. But but it does scan all these, and if you had a symbol that you wanted me to apply this to, then I can apply it to some degree. I can apply it to a symbol that's common that other people would probably want to see too, like Sophie or something like that, something that's got some good volatility. Do you have a particular symbol that you want to see? I'm happy to show you. Okay. Is this different from the G? No, it's the same trial. The same trial truck. Okay, I didn't realize that the target view trade / OTC page didn't work. Just go and see what that looks like. Yep, it doesn't work. Okay, let's just go back here. Did I spell it right? Yeah. And this is the home page of target view trades. Well, you're going to have to actually place the trades, Joseph. So, it's not an automated trading thing. It just tells you when the trades are there. It tells you when a trade triggers, and then you have to actually go in and place the trades. Yeah, you're talking about fully automated trading, and I haven't done that in about a decade. Okay, so this move right here on Tesla, now it's 346. So if we go here to the Tesla right here, you see how it's petering off right here at the end right now? So it triggered that alert, 1549. I guess it triggered that alert right in here. So there was no reaction to that alert that it had right there a few minutes ago. But you can see it ran a buck though. So if you bought it here at 328, and even if, let's say you had 100 shares of it, you bought there at 328 and it ran up here, you made $100. If you bought the option at that time, I don't know exactly what it was at. There is a way to expand on that, I think. I think if I do advanced chart, I can see a little better what's going on in here. And that was right in here. So it went from roughly right here. I don't know what that price is. There it is. Okay, so I was waiting for that to come over. 1046 at that time, up to 1160. So it still ran up a buck, and that's the option. I think we've got to look at the time on that. The time on that was actually 1537. So if we go back to that one thing, that was 1437. This is 15 minutes delayed, so it's not going to show it. I forgot. If I had my other account, my actual account up here, I'd be able to show you. But you can see that it would it would have given you some kind of a profit in here. The last move like that was, let's go back here and look at that really quick. The last move up was from 1437. It was like this one right here, and that created a pretty good jump in the option price. All right, so that worked, Chuck? Yeah, the targetviewtrades.com /OTC. I don't know why that's not working. I thought that was working too, but I know it's not updated with the latest stuff. For sure, I know it's not updated with the latest stuff. The TV trades, all these TV trades pages they're faster, and they're built on WordPress instead of on the other thing that I built everything on originally. So they scroll a lot better and have a lot more features that you can do. All right, what time is it? It's 3:49, so I have 11 minutes left in here. I want to make sure I answer everybody's questions. If you haven't taken a trial, go here, all right? tv-trades.com /OTC. There's got to be a place I can type that in. Yeah, here. Go here to, let me just copy that. Copy. Paste. There. You can go there to tvtrades.com /OTC and sign up for the trial there. All right, the trial is free for 3 days, and again, if you don't have charts, if you don't have a charting package, then don't give me a TradingView login ID. Just put no charts in there where it asks for it, and you'll get access to the rooms. All right, and Jim just joined the group. Okay, that's good. Where the heck is that? I must have that Telegram thing out here. Yeah, here it is over here. Okay. But that's where the alerts are going to be going in there in that group. And Jim is he's already a TV Trades guy, so it's no big deal for him to join the group. And the trade table page. Now the thing about the trade table page is that it's going to have this, but you're going to have to be watching it to get this. There's no way for me to alert you that this happened. But if you get the alerts in the Telegram channel, and you can have that put on your phone just like anything else. You can have that app on your phone no matter what kind of phone you have. You can have that app on your phone. You can have your notifications turned on your phone. So when you get an alert on Telegram, just go check it and you can place your trade. Okay. And the regular software, I didn't even get into all the other features and all the stuff that comes with it. But in a nutshell, if you just have the basic TV trades on and the background is red when you're coming out of the overbought, it's probably going to work out pretty well for you. And when you're coming out of the oversold, it's probably going to work out pretty well for you. Now, Scott, you had asked a little while ago, I think you had asked about seeing the crude oil, right? I didn't look at crude for you yet. Let's go out to the one at the end. I think it was the 6th one out we looked at, right? Wasn't this? Well, this is the NQ, but let's go out one more. Oops, not that. This. We'll just look at crude, and we'll look at the leading contract. All right, now crude, just like the gold, I would run the crude on a 9 range. Okay, and you can see it does the same thing. It gives you great opportunities in short and long opportunities, and this is what it looked like today. Okay, so pretty much every one of those so far has worked out pretty well, and that's what it looked like today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 winning trades in a row. And that's, you could give me any symbol you want, and I'll be happy to put it up there, and you can take a look at it. But there's a bunch of other things you can look at. We don't need that, but there's a bunch of other things that you can look at in here if you want to. If you want to get into the other things, I'm happy to go into all that. But there's the TV trades range trigger by itself down here could work all by itself. Now, the whole idea when I created TV trades was that you don't have a whole bunch of indicators to look at. You just have good trade signals, good solid trade signals. All right, that's all I wanted, was to give you an opportunity to do that. I do trade. I trade futures and range charts every single day, and it is so much better than any other kind of chart. When you're looking at something like crude oil, it's, the reason I use a 9-range chart on crude is because if I look at the top of the bar, I know, like something like this, every bar is 9 ticks high, so I know the bottom of the bar is going to be 9 ticks away. I can put a sell stop limit order 10 ticks away from the top of the bar. I know ahead of time where that's going to be, so I can put my order on ahead of time. So I do it every day. The NQ, in the morning session on the NQ, I use a 31 range. So it's 8 points from the top or bottom of the bar. That's what I use in the morning. But for this, the NQ, I have it on a 50 range and a 100 range. All right, because this is just giving you signals. You're not trying to get in there and place trades again and again and again. But I have it on a 50 range and a 100 range, the two ranges that I use for the NQ. For the TV trades, the signals that are generated automatically. Okay, but in the room in the morning, I use the 31 range. It's should be right in here somewhere. 31 range. This is what I trade with in the morning, because then when I see a trade coming up, I know, like, let's just go here to the end. There's probably something coming up nearby. All right, so like this one right here, for instance, when this bar right here started to paint, I knew where the top of the bar was, so I knew I was going to sell 8 points away from the top of the bar. All right, I knew it was coming out of the oversold. On a down close, it was going to come out of the oversold. I knew that. So I could put a sell stop limit 8 points from the top of the bar, and it would have been triggered in. My stop would have been just up above the top of the bar, and so I would have triggered in right there. And let's blow this up so you can see it a little better. All right, I would have triggered in right here at 68.30, we'll say, and because the top of the bar was up here at 68. Well, I'm sorry, this is crude oil again. I'm looking at crude, not the NQ. Let's look at the NQ. Hang on, but it's the same thing. We'll look at the NQ. All right, and we have one setting up right here. All right, so the top of the bar right now is at 183.5. I'd be looking at 175.5. I'd be selling 175.5 right now, because when this closes down, it's going to bring this out of the overbought, and it should go down to this level right here. So it's got 9 points roughly in it. If it closes down, that's what you'd be looking at. All right, that's how I do it in the morning, and I've been doing this for a couple decades. So it's it's easy for me to do this stuff. I do it every day. This is my spreadsheet. This goes back to January 2nd of 2013. It's got my daily results. Going all the way back there, my daily results. Okay, and with one contract and with multiple contracts. I don't want to get into that right now, but if we go back here, now 75.5 is what I said, right? So right there is where you would have been selling. You'd be in this trade right now. Your stop would be up here, and you'd be looking for it to get at least down to right here. That's what I'd be doing right now. Okay, that's how I trade. Now, this right now, I think we have the bias on this. Yeah, we have the bias on. So it's not going to trigger any short trades in here right now because it's got the bias is bullish right now. So it's not going to trigger any short trades in here. But if you had the short trades on, if you had the bias off, for instance, I think it might have triggered a short trade back here a minute ago. Yeah, it did. Right back here, it triggered a short trade back here a minute ago. Okay. Now, that's on a 31 range. I typically don't run the TV trades on the 31 range, but you can. I do have one guy. It's a long story, Joseph. I was partnered with two guys in Australia, and they wanted something that made 100% a month, and I created something that made consistently 10% a month without a whole bunch of trades, and it was a long time ago, a whole different thing back then. It was really in 2008, I think. But I was doing all the work, so I stopped. I just got sick of the whole thing, and I stopped altogether. Yeah, I had a CTA, commodity trading advisory, and everything. Back then I was registered with the NFA and the CFTC and all that stuff. It was a big deal. I was doing all the work, and I didn't want to do that anymore. Anyway, it is now 3:58, guys. 3:58. If you have any questions about this stuff, you can email. The question, so you guys know, the question was, why did I quit automated trading? There's money to be made in it, for sure. Okay, like I've written a whole bunch of things that are automated. But for me to sell automated trading things, then I got to be licensed and all that stuff again. I just don't want to do that. It's just too much hassle. I like this, where I give you really good tools, and you guys use the tools as well as you can. And you know, you guys should actually make more money than me when you're doing this, because I'm usually really distracted. I have like a million things going on at once, and I'm usually really distracted. And you know, it still makes really good money. You know, with one contract so far this year, doing the stuff that I do in the morning with one contract, we're up $103,370 with one contract in the room. And you know, I was trading 20 contracts up until the end of August because I was following a plan that we have, and then I dropped down to 9 contracts. I'm adding 1 contract a month until the end of the year. You got to be in the room to understand all that, but it's definitely there. The opportunity is there for all of you. You know, this stuff happens again and again and again, day after day after day. You know, the Tesla trade that triggered a little while ago. What happened to that one? That was right here. Was it this one? Tesla was on the 50 range. It was this one back here. That happened a little while ago. They ran up a point, came back, and gave you another one right here that's still struggling to work. It's pretty late in the day to be trading Tesla, but but you know, the opportunity is there. And for those of you guys that like to trade options, this thing is just awesome. You know, with the stocks not really doing 0 DTE so much, but you can do same day options pretty easily. You know, the indications that you get work out. I mean, I've showed you with four different stocks and 2 different ETFs today how options have worked out really well, and that's just from today. And you know, there's a bunch more. Like if I went through NVIDIA, I didn't show you the NVIDIA stuff, did I? Do I have NVIDIA going up here? I think that was on number 5, wasn't it? NVIDIA? Yeah, NVIDIA right here. And blow that one up and see. Yeah, NVIDIA gave a signal right back here. It gave this long trade back here, and you know, if you would have bought options back then, this was actually yesterday, but the signal that it gave this morning was right in here. It gave an NVIDIA long, right here, 1039, something like that. There was one before that too. But there's just a ton of opportunity. Okay. So it's 4:01, guys. I know I started at 3:03, and I really like to keep these things to an hour. I don't like to run them over too much. If anybody has any questions, you can email me at support@targetviewtrades.com. Email support@targetviewtrades.com. I'm Michael. And to take the free trial, go here to tvtrades.com/OTC. Take the free trial from there. All right, the trial really is free. If you don't have charts, that's okay. Just go through the process and say no charts, and I'll give you access to the Telegram channel and to the private page, so you get access to the table. Okay. All right. Well, that is it. Unless anybody else, oops, I want to end here. Unless anybody else has any other questions, then I will wrap this up and we'll call it a day. But thank you all for coming, and that's it. I guess I am gonna stop the recording right here. All right. Thanks, guys.